The last response video I did was in response to CBR talking about how they don't understand Boa Hancock from One Piece, and this is hilarious because, as I read the article, it's clear that they have some knowledge of One Piece and yet seem to not understand one of its most interesting characters. But surely they couldn't make the same dumb mistake twice, right? Think again! Today, CBR proves that not only do they not understand Boa Hancock, they don't understand one of the primary characters of the series, Nami. For a brief background, Nami is one of the Straw Hat Pirates and the navigator for Luffy's crew. Nami was an abandoned child who was found as a baby and raised by a retired marine named Bellamere. She, along with her stepsister Nochiko, grew up in a quiet village called Kokoyashi. Though growing up poor, Nami had a dream to travel the world's oceans and draw a sea chart of everything she saw, and eventually make a map of the whole world. However, her quiet and happy life changed when a fishman pirate crew led by Arlong and his men arrived. Bellamere sacrificed her life to protect Nami and Nochiko, leaving Nami parentless again and heartbroken.
Nochiko! Nami!
However, Arlong saw potential in Nami's chart-making skills and hired her on as a member of the Arlong crew. Promising her that if she saved up 100 million berries worth of money, she could buy back her village from Arlong's hold. In the end, Arlong never intended to honor their agreement. As Nami seems to possess a natural understanding of the weather and currents of the sea, she can anticipate sudden changes in weather patterns like a natural instinct and understand the movements of currents with unbelievable accuracy, making her value far too much for Arlong to let go of.
これは全部8年かけてナミの書いた海図だ。世界中探してもこれほど正確な海図を書けるやつはそういるもんじゃねえ。あの女は天才だよ。その海図で世界中の海を知り尽くした時、俺たち魚人に敵はなくなり、世界は俺の帝国となる。
But thankfully for Nami, Luffy and his crew arrive and defeat Arlong, setting her village free and giving her the chance to travel with them. Since then, Nami has become a chief character of the series, not only because of her talent for navigation, but also her mischievous skills as a thief and pickpocket, but also because of her knowledge of the weather, which she uses in her fighting style. She's one of the title characters, a super popular character, and one that inspired me in some of my own writing. How can you screw that up? Oh, we'll see. One Piece! 10 things about Nami that make no sense. Nami is one of One Piece's most beloved characters, but there are some things about her that don't make all that much sense. One Piece has become infamous in recent years for its infallible use of callbacks to tie loose ends and parts of the story together, creating a narrative that is tight and consistent. So much so, it almost seems like its creator, Ichiro Oda, can really do no wrong. Well, except for one thing. If there's anything to ever rag on One Piece's character designs and writing, definitely rag on how the series portrays its female characters, even its best ones. And sadly, this list will be going over some of the most confounding and least explained traits of the series' premier female lead. Nami is the navigator and near second captain of the Straw Hat crew, whose knowledge and skills have more than made her valuable to the crew, and whose backstory and character arc more than made her valuable to the fans. As developed as she is, in more ways than one, here are a few things about Nami that really could be explained better, if at all. Number 10. Running in high heels. Perhaps a more forgivable trait given that it's not exactly uncommon for people to run in high heels, Nami loses points here for her obscene overuse of high heels. For fans of the series, especially the anime, one might notice that there's a suspicious amount of running in One Piece, whether it can be to scrounge up keys for some handcuffs, to escape cyborgs and zombies, or just run away from giant poisonous clouds. And Nami does it all in high heels. Whether it be her costume of the week or her synonymous brown sandals, Nami's feet are consistently at an uncomfortable incline, making one wonder why she just doesn't get some running shoes or at least take them off. So your first problem is literally that she runs in high heels. Are you for real? Are you for real? Maybe this escaped your notice, but hold on. This is a cartoon. Running in high heels is nothing. It's just part of the artistic design. Nami likes to wear high heels, and sometimes she has to run in them. Thank goodness that this is an anime where that kind of thing isn't a big deal. Is this really your first point? Number 9. Cat Burglar. Nami's nickname in the series is the Cat Burglar, which would make a lot of sense in the early series, but doesn't really hold water in the most recent arcs. For one thing, there are several cases in the series that require stealth and stealing of some kind. Sure, she stole the handcuff keys in Fishman Island, and is a kunoichi in training in the current arc, but what about grabbing copies of the poneglyphs during Whole Cake Island, being part of an infiltration team during Dressrosa instead of just watching the ship, or even helping Luffy escape prison within the current arc? There's a lot of inconsistency in what would otherwise be a genuinely interesting character trait that is instead just used for convenient plot solutions. Okay, Nami's nickname on her wanted poster is Cat Burglar, and the nicknames rarely change. She's called Cat Burglar because she's a natural thief and does it very well. It does not mean that's her only trait or character's purpose. For example, before he even got a wanted poster, Zoro was called Pirate Hunter, but he stopped being a pirate hunting bounty hunter after joining Luffy's crew. The name on his wanted poster doesn't exactly fit what he does now, but they didn't change that. Chopper's nickname is Cotton Candy Lovin' Chopper, but he doesn't only eat cotton candy. Nicknames on wanted posters do not define the character's actions or personality. I mean, they call Frankie Cyborg Frankie. That doesn't describe his personality or his wants or desires. It just describes the fact that he's a cyborg. Plus, you're saying you wish that she were more involved in stealth activities, but Nami isn't really the stealthy one. She's not nearly as stealthy as Nico Robin is, who is used to running and hiding due to her past on the run from the law. Nami is more of a manipulator, using her wits, feminine wiles, and knowledge of context to twist people into giving her what she wants. In fact, her very first action after meeting Luffy is to use him as a bargaining tool to steal a map from another pirate. That's just who Nami is. Yes, she's a cat burglar, she's a thief, but she's not a sneaky Thieves Guild assassin. She's a manipulator, and very good at it. In fact, most of the crew make fun of that reality.
やめて私のために争わないで
はい、やめます。
誰がてめえのためだところでね
は？
ここのお料理美味しいんだけど私にはちょっと高いみたい
もちろんタダで。
ありがとう私最初別に友達になろうって言ったんじゃないのもう一度聞くわね私のしもべになるそれとも死ぬ
Number 8. Physique. On to one of the more frequently commented on elements of Nami in every female character ever in One Piece, or at least after the time skip. Nami's breast size, waistline, and maturity are at one end healthy, and at the other structurally unsound. Oda himself has said that he became more perverted after he got married, but that really doesn't excuse how insulting and even lazy his character designs are. During one of his SBSs, he shows the fans how he starts to draw women, and his example is literally 2 giant circles with an X for the waistline. There's a lot to love in Oda's character design, and a lot to smack one's head over. You literally brought this problem up in your Boa Hancock article. I'll say the same thing here. How does this not make sense to you? It's anime. Anime is infamous for using outrageous body proportions on male and female bodies. Oda did admit that his art style has gotten more perverse as he's gotten older, but a large part of that is because it sells more. And the X and 2 circle drawing style, literally, that is a common female anime body design template. I've seen it in art books. It's nothing new. I get the feeling you're just upset that he draws Nami and other females in sexy ways, and that to me feels more like a personal problem for you. I don't know many other people getting offended by that. Number 7. Bust continuity. Continuing the trend of Nami's body just doesn't make sense. There's a lot to be confused about in terms of how and when she actually got big boobs. During the Straw Hat's return to the Sabaody archipelago, Usopp merely commented that Nami just matured over the past 2 years, which is a little dubious, but fair given the time gap. What throws that comment out the window is the fact that in the One Piece specials that remake earlier arcs, the pre-time skip Nami is still portrayed with large breasts as if she was supposed to have them in the first place. This not only retcons, but literally perverts Nami's early image. You're still hung up on her attractiveness? My God, you are really offended by looks. Alright, so your complaint here is that Nami grew larger breasts post-time skip, but in later art and filler episodes after that it shows her still with large breasts. I can explain this one actually. Oda's art style changed over time, and as a result, any pictures of Nami he drew after that point had large breasts as a result. Why? Because Oda knew that it would sell well. I'm sorry that offends you so much, but you really need to find something else to complain about. This is getting very repetitive. Number 6. Closet space. Out of all the wondrous rooms of the Thousand Sunny, the most closet space that the Straw Hats get is a 4-door closet in the women's room and 6 lockers in the men's quarters. This is amazing given the sheer number of costume changes that the Straw Hats go through, especially Nami. During every arc, Nami goes through at least 2 and up to around 3 or 4 costume changes. During the beginning of the Straw Hats' time skip return, Nami is even shown buying a huge pile of clothes. Even if we were to suspect that these were for the entire crew, where is she exactly storing all of them? You know, when I said find something else to complain about, I thought you'd at least find something meaningful to complain about, or at least something having to do with Nami. Damn it, this issue isn't even about Nami. It's about the ship and how much storage space it has. Nami does change outfits a lot, and it does seem there's a lot of storage space on the Thousand Sunny, but I feel like I should ask, and maybe this seems a little strange, but how is that a problem? My God, you are fishing at this point. Number 5. Kokoyashi Village hating her, but not really. During the Arlong Park arc, it was revealed that Nami was only stealing to raise funds for her village's freedom. In turn for her seemingly siding with Arlong, her fellow villagers turn against her and alienate her. But not really. They're faking it for reasons? Couldn't they have helped her or protected her if she was going to do this? Or at least let her know that they knew? She started doing this as a little girl, which is a risky and alarmingly dangerous situation for any child to be in, and they risked it. Actually, in better terms, it was more like they sacrificed Nami's childhood, well-being, and even mental state as they alienated a small child as she would work under abusive parents and venture out into the world to do crime. It's understandable that the villagers themselves were too weak to go against Arlong, but it's not completely clear how pretending to hate Nami actually did anything. Okay, of all the things you've pointed out, this one is actually the dumbest. Okay. Did you watch the arc? Or did you just fast forward through the cool action scenes? Or maybe you're just stupid. Genzo made it clear why the villagers didn't help Nami. They pretended not to know Nami's goal to save them because if she knew they were counting on her, then she'd never want to leave Arlong's crew for fear of letting them down. Just watch.
なんでそのこと。
知っていたよ、ナミ。村中のみんなが知っている。お前がここを逃げ出したいと思った時、私たちの機体が足を引っ張ってしまうと知らぬふりをしていた。
そんな。
Kokoyashi Village hoped one day that Nami would quit and leave Arlong's crew, and they hoped that by treating her poorly and turning their backs on her, she'd feel less inclined to stay and save them. But if they all tried to encourage her and cheer her on, then she'd never leave and continue suffering under Arlong's tyranny.
もういいんだ。何度やっても無駄なことぐらい分かっているだろう。我々の命を一人で背負って。よくここまで戦ってくれた。お前はこのまま村を出ろ。
あんたにはさ、悪知恵だってあるし、夢だってある。ノジコ。
ナミ。
なっちゃん。
They did it out of concern for her, hoping she'd leave. They'd rather have Nami think they never knew, so she'd eventually leave the village and live her own life and find happiness. It was out of love for her that they did this. I am baffled you actually don't get this. Number 4. Mirages. During the Enies Lobby arc, it was revealed that Nami's upgraded climate act is able to produce mirage clouds. Even better, during the Fishman Island arc, it was also shown that the new and improved Nami is also able to make herself invisible with her climate act, which is an absolutely incredible skill for a cat burglar to have. The question now being, why doesn't she use it more often? These are literally the 2 only instances that Nami ever uses her Mirage ability, and there have been plenty of instances where she probably should have used it. Why not disguise the ship when it's going into enemy territory? When the crew is running from Kuma or the Sabaody archipelago? Why not cast clones to distract or confuse him? It's almost as if Oda forgot that this is actually a cool power. Okay, time to explain Nami's abilities. Nami is not a supernatural warrior. Her weapon, the climate act, the staff she uses, is equipped with different weather functions, like the ability to produce wind, storm clouds, cold air, hot air, and other weather phenomena. Nami uses a skill called Mirage Tempo, which creates a mirage to hide her form. How does it work? Well, a mirage is a refraction of light caused by light hitting harsh changes in temperature. You usually see these in deserts and in very, very cold climates. Now, in order for the mirage to work, the temperature conditions must also be correct, which is why most often Nami is releasing intense cold air from her Climatak to make it happen. But there are other factors in the environment that must matter. Perhaps she doesn't use it as often because the temperature might not be right for her to do it, or perhaps there are better ways she could utilize her abilities. Your complaint here is that Nami has a power she doesn't use more often, but that doesn't mean her character doesn't make sense. It just means you wish she used her skill more often. That's not a complaint. That's just a personal grievance. Number 3, Climatak. On the note of the Climatak, why isn't it being used more? It can create entire storms to wipe out enemies, direct lightning bolts, and even summon gusts of wind and tornadoes, and Nami just sits on the sidelines. She doesn't even use stamina like a Devil Fruit user to do this ability, functionally making it much more sustainable and even threatening. Yet she uses it like once if there's a huge group battle. She doesn't even use it as the navigator of the ship, ensuring that skies will always be clear or conjuring storms to block other ships. She'll just read a watch on her wrist. Because Nami is not a fighter. Nami is a scaredy cat by her own admission. She doesn't like getting involved in the violence, so she stays out of it if she can. And as for guiding the ships, the Climatak cannot alter entire weather patterns. It just produces artificial weather. Besides, the only Climatak she possesses capable of being at all useful in bad weather situations would be her newest version, and she hasn't had much chance to put that to use in such a scenario. Number 2, ability to hurt Luffy. This is really used more for comedic effect and never really holds any consequences when going into actual conflict. But still, shouldn't it be concerning or at least alarming to the rest of the crew, who fully understand that due to his Devil Fruit, Luffy shouldn't be able to feel pain, let alone be bruised and bloodied? Shouldn't they be going, wait, you can hurt him? You must have Haki or powers or something. If anything, wouldn't it be funnier to just keep Luffy's powers consistent and just have Nami struggle to hit him? If that isn't the case, then the entire series has been sleeping on its most powerful character. What else can I say? You are now poking fun at a piece of comedy. You are aware that other characters have beaten up Luffy too, right? Not only that, but as you admitted, it's meant to be funny. But who knows? Maybe Nami secretly has Haki and it only comes out when she's beating up Luffy. But if that's what they reveal, that would probably ruin the joke. Why? Because if you have to explain a joke, it's no longer funny. Nami gets so angry she can beat the hell out of Luffy when he does stupid things. If you seriously can't laugh at this because it doesn't make sense to you, turn off the anime and go pick up a dictionary for some light reading. That seems to be much more your...
では、得意さだがだ。いいだねか。あ、ダメ。遊んでくるから、この回行くで。
Number 1. Drawing a map of the world. Nami's dream in One Piece is to draw a complete map of the world and join the Straw Hats to do so. In this case, Nami must really have an interesting post-One Piece arc coming because she's never actually going to do that as part of the Straw Hats. If no one's really noticed, they're just going in a straight line, which isn't exactly a detailed look at the world. They don't even deviate from the path, so Nami can get a closer look at new or weird islands or something. There are literally 3 other portions of the world that the Straw Hats have no plans of seeing that Nami is not going to immediately see. Nami's a great navigator, but she's not exactly living out her dreams in an efficient manner. Finally, you make something of a valid point. Yes, if Nami's plan is to draw a map of the whole world, then she would need to see the whole world. So far, she's only seen the East Blue, and she's currently seeing the Grand Line. But she has yet to see the West Blue, South Blue, or North Blue. However, I would argue this. The West Blue, South Blue, and North Blue have all already been charted by others. It's the Grand Line that hasn't been charted. The second half of the Grand Line is called the New World because it literally hasn't been charted out yet, and there are no guarantees as to what you'll find there. So perhaps Nami plans to chart the Grand Line and then combine her work with other charts of various oceans to complete her map. I'm not sure, but I'll grant that you finally made something of a good point here. And thank goodness, because this entire list was bullcrap. Here's the thing. By reading your list and your last list on Boa Hancock, I can tell you've watched a lot of One Piece and are very familiar with the characters and design and art style and the story. You're familiar with it. You're not dumb. You know what you're talking about. And yet, most of your complaints make absolutely no sense. Your biggest complaints seem to be minor nitpicks, issues with the fact that Nami has too much storage space, that people just forgive Boa Hancock too easily, that the people in Kokoyashi Village didn't try to help Nami out. These things can be easily explained by either A, further watching the show and reading for the context within it. 2, acknowledging that this is a cartoon and an anime where there are some things we just have to give credit for. And finally, acknowledging that this is One Piece, one of the most lacking in logic anime out there. Many people have compared One Piece to the Looney Tunes of anime because just about anything can happen. There are jokes in the anime where people will say, that doesn't make sense. And another character will point out, did you forget where you are? Now, of course, they're referring to the Grand Line, which is a location in the world of One Piece, but many have attributed this to be, have you forgotten what anime you're in? Where just about anything can happen. So some of this stuff, I just have to look at you and go, are you sure you should be watching One Piece if these are the things you're complaining about? Now, the big thing that I noticed in both lists was that you complain about Boa Hancock and Nami's physical attractiveness, the way their bodies are designed, which makes me think that your biggest issue with them is that they are designed attractively. I'm sorry that attractive women in media and cartoons bothers you. I'm sorry that girls with large breasts bothers you. But if that bothers you, why are you watching anime? Anime is infamous for this problem. It has plenty of women with breasts that put them to shame. Do not watch hentai. Do not watch ecchi. Just don't watch any anime because most girls in anime are probably going to have this issue. That's part of the joke. That's part of what draws some people to anime. If that's a bother for you, then I don't know what got you into One Piece in the first place. Anyway, this list was ridiculous, probably worse than the last one. But I had a couple people requesting me to look at it, so here we are. We took a look at it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know some of y'all don't watch One Piece, but some of y'all told me that after you saw my last one, you were tempted to see it. If you do watch it, let me know what you think. I hope that y'all enjoy it. Please leave a subscription down below. Subscribing always helps out the channel. Leave a comment. I always read the comments. And don't forget to drop a like, and I will see you in my next video. Take care.